Good afternoon from Germany, Pascal speaking again, and today is Tuesday, the first day of the week, which is with important news because we have CPI Consumer Price Index today in about 13 minutes. So let's hop into and do some analysis together. Let's just bring up my screen here and then let's see what happens here with Nasdaq today. So we see we are already above the highs of last Friday. I have drawn a Fibonacci retracement here from the high and low from last Friday. We don't need it anymore because you see we are already trading above. So I can delete it and we will draw some new lines. The low point of today, pre-market, right, that it was at 4:30 a.m. my time during the Asian session. We had a low. You see we had a rally when we had the breakout yesterday. We were trading sideways, no important news, and then the final trading hour we had the breakout to the highs and closed almost at the high point. And this morning we were able to get even higher at 11,800 point psychological level. Let's see on a higher time frame if we can see some other important levels. Here we have some other levels. You see here was the closing of or a low point of some days, and therefore this could be an interesting level if we go to the downside. This was an important high point, and you see here was the overall high point at 12,144. So let's draw another line here. This should be a resistance area. Let's draw some lines to the downside, and here we have the lows of December 7th, and we can also have the low of yesterday as an important level. And if you want, you can also draw a Fibonacci level. Of course, you can use the low to high in here just to see the reversal levels to the upside. So draw a Fibonacci level here, and you see some of the white lines almost are the same like the blue line here and the yellow line here, so they always or sometimes match the important levels, and therefore we have some areas which are important here. You could also use the high point here right before the data comes out from 11,800 down to the lows and use it as a correction level to the downside. So I want to take on more long positions if we come down about 250-300 points at these lows here at about 11,550, 11,500. There I want to take on more long positions. I closed out some longs in December future. I still have some. These are expiring on Friday, but I want to switch to March. Therefore I will take on new positions in March expiry. If we drop to a lower level, about 250-300 points minimum, then I will take on more positions in March expiry. So I closed out some of my longs, you can see here. So I closed some of the December futures and a little bit of March future at an interesting point. So right before the market opened, I wanted to be, or before news, I wanted to be out of a small part of the position because we are at the interesting levels, I think, and if we go lower I want to fill up my position again, and if not, then I'm still in some March positions so I can profit from higher price levels. And yeah, that's it what I want to do. So we have our important levels here. You could also do the same and draw just a reversal here from this level to the low point here if you want to catch it to the downside. So you see the important level is right here at the 11,512 level and here at the 11,568 level. So these are the important levels where I want to take on more in my position. Not in December future, but I'm still watching December future because it's a liquid one and the expiry is this Friday. If you want to take on a swing trade, it's better to take on in March expiry because you can hold the position without rolling it over the next Friday when December expiry will happen. But December is still front month contract, therefore the most traded one will be this one. yeah, let's see the news. So bring up where are the news here. Here, let's see. So we have today in 7 minutes CPI and core CPI. So the yearly number is 7.3% is the expectation. Last number was 7.7. And if we go in depth here, we see that the number is lower than the previous number, so a lot lower. It's 0.4 percentage points lower than the last times, and it's pretty low. Yeah, it's still high, it's above 7%, but if you compare with the last months, it is a low number, and therefore I think it will be difficult to have a lower outcome than the forecast. Therefore, maybe we will see a worse than expected outcome, and therefore a drop in prices. I don't know, everything can happen, just prepare for everything. I will stay in a part of my position, but closed out a part and took some profits. So therefore I'm happy with my profits, but I can also stand in my position here because it's a swing trade and I want to take on more longs, because I think when we see a drop, we will see the same like last Friday with PPI news, that we will see a recovery right away when the market opens, and therefore I'm prepared for everything. So these are the important news we want to see when the news come out in about 7 minutes. Yeah, this is what we want to have. And then we have here after the closing we have a weekly crude oil stock. This is a 2-star event, but this happens every Tuesday, so it's not really important right now. Okay, let's go to your questions. No questions right now. Okay, 15 people already live here pre-market. Hope everyone is curious of the outcome of CPI. Still holding the 11,800 level here on a 1-hour chart. Let's go down to a 5-minute, and then we can go deeper in with a 1-minute chart. We see a double top here right at the 11,800 level. So let's see, the market is pretty bullish before the news because there is more fear than yesterday. Wicks went up, and let's bring this up here on the day chart. And you see Wix is higher than yesterday. We closed at about 25, and today we are above 25. We were even higher, but went a little bit down, but still above the closing of yesterday. So there is fear of the news. Normally we see that when the markets go up, then VIX should go down because there will be less fear. But because of the news, we have more fear in the market. A lot of people are preparing with buying puts and being prepared for lower levels. And that's what we see in VIX right here. Choppy chat room before reports. Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of expectations. That's what we also can see here in the prices, and we will probably see it when the news come out in about 5 minutes, that we will see a lot of movement to the up or downside. Expectancy is about 250, 300 points. So let's prepare for this and just set up a buy entry maybe at the lower level here or here, so we can catch it even if it's moving really fast. So I will just set up this level here for a smaller day trade and one swing trade, just to be sure to catch it. I want just to trade a smaller swing trade here at the level here. What is it? 11,688. Just catching this one. 11,568. Yeah. 11,560, let's say 69, so to be sure that I'm in, just for a smaller one, and then a second one at the lower level at the 61.8% here at 11,000, and what is it, 568 was the level where I've already entered my order, and this one 11,512 is December expiry. And there we see already some movements here, pretty fast, but we have still some time. Wow, this was a fast 100 points move. Are the news already out? No, I don't think so. They are just moving. Whoa, what are they doing today? That's a huge move to the upside. Triggered some limits here, I think, or some stop losses. Crazy. Okay, let's enter one at the lower level here, 11,500. Let's say 9. And then we are sure to get in, and one in the larger one. So this one here is 115 points above, so let's say 620. That's it. So now we are prepared, and if we come down on the news, we can enter some long positions, and if not, we will just let our winners run. Here you see I have the open position, so yeah, maybe we will turn in the red today, but if not, then also I'm also happy I just let my winners run, and if not, I will get into a second position. I closed right before I started the stream. We have 2 minutes left, and you see people are nervous, so they are trading like crazy moves here. 100 points to the upside. I've seen this rarely, that we went up 100 points right before the news. So yeah, we can expect a lot of movement today. Yes, I'm setting up limit orders just to buy at the low points here, because you know this is so fast, you will not be able to enter with a market order, and you will get a lot of slippage if you enter market, so you don't want to enter market in this during these news. So it's just to enter at interesting points, and if I don't catch them, then yeah, then that's it, then I miss them. But I have my limits set, and I want to enter there, and if we don't come down, then I will just let my winners run. Okay, 1 minute left. Are you prepared? Ta-dum. Everyone nervous here. Look at these movements. Wow, it's going wild. It's going wild. Whoa, what are they doing? 20 seconds left. Wow, it's already moving. Whoa, whoa, 200 points. 200. Wow, 150 points. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds. Oof. There are the news. And we went to the upside. Woohoo! Wow, we are breaking the highs. We are right at the high point here. 12,144 was the high point. And the news are, wow, lower than expected. Really, we managed to go lower than expected. 7.1%. Wow, crazy. Didn't expect this. Didn't expect this. Have you seen? And this spill down here. What a crazy move. Are we in a limit up? What's happening? No price movement anymore. My chart is going wild. Can't see the prices anymore, but I see 12,200 on my on my trader workstation here. Is it a limit up? What is happening here? Crazy. What is this? What is this? Really? Everything else is moving, just not Nasdaq futures. What's happening, boys? Ah, maybe it was a too fast move from the. This was 4%. Ah, maybe it is a volatility circuit breaker, volatility breaker. 4% from the low to the high points. Crazy, crazy. Yeah. We almost caught it here, but 11,658 was a little bit too low. You see here it was 11,675, so we were only 15-16 points too high with our entry level. So glad that I still have some. You see I'm big in the green now, and it's moving again. So the circuit breaker is off. Wow, we made new highs, so it's looking good, and the numbers are really good. As you can see, lower than expected, and yeah, I didn't expect this, so that's why you have to prepare for everything. 7.1%, and it was forecasted 7.3%. That's good. That's what Federal Reserve wants to see. So this is now pretty sure that we will see 50 basis points tomorrow, and Jerome Powell will speak about the numbers, and he will be happy, I think. Let's see if we can come down to previous moving averages here, just to find the support and to find some bulls stepping in again. But these are good numbers. Yeah, we already went above the highs. This was what I wanted to see. You see here, these were previous highs, we were above, so a big movement. And if we manage to close above this dot here, parabolic SAR, it's looking even better for the next days and weeks. This is what I want to see in December. Christmas rally, yes, I haven't seen it for a long time that we had a secret breaker in place here in Nasdaq. That's why there was a little bit wondering what's happening, but you see here this big movement from the down to the upside, and therefore we had the secret breaker in place and stopping the prices to move for a short time. Yeah, sometimes it's better not to do anything, just to watch and see. Penguin says minus frozen too hot on the Nasdaq. Yeah, it was a secret breaker. We have these at special levels. I don't know them by heart, but there are secret breakers even in the futures or in the index. So yeah, the index is not open yet because market is not open, but we have them in the futures, and because we had the lows right before the news, you see here, and then we went up more than 4% right away. We had the secret breaker here, and then we ticked at highs of 12,228. What a crazy move. We are down 100 points from the highs, but it's still looking bullish. You see not a lot of selling pressure. We went down back to 9 EMA on a 1 minute chart. But it's looking bullish. We are up 3.3% on the day, and we already were, I think it was 0.7% before the news came out. So it's looking bullish today. Nice to see, nice to catch it. I like those days with news and big movements. Happy to see this. Hope you are on the right way of your position, or have no position at all. So it's slowing down now. Yeah, let's just talk about some other things like Euro USD and crude oil. So I'll bring up, where's my Euro USD? It was my US dollar Canada we talked yesterday. Let's just bring up Euro USD first and talk about this, because now we should see that here on a 1 minute, and we see Euro was gaining traction, and now we're coming back. Interesting to see, because yeah, there's a lower than expected inflation. This means less fear of inflation, less risk of higher interest rates, and therefore yeah, less value for the US dollar, because I think it is on Thursday, European Central Bank will higher the interest rate by probably 50 basis points. And this is what they play here. A higher value of the euro versus US dollar, because less inflation risk means less probability of higher interest rates, and this weakens US dollar and makes the euro stronger. And we are coming back again a little bit, like the same like with the indexes here. Let's see if we can stay above 9 EMA. It's still bullish here. So let's move on with VIX. Let's see if we came down. Yeah, not a big movement, but we moved a little bit. Yeah, we went down, and now we are in the closing here and waiting for the market to open. And with crude oil, let's see what did crude oil. We are moving higher, so our resistance zone we draw on Friday is still in place. And we talked about the levels yesterday with the Fibonacci retracement here. If I draw it from the low to the high points, you clearly see that 78 could be a potential retracement level. And yeah, 50% Fibonacci would be here at $76.50. So these are the interesting points for a long trade in crude oil. I have no trade in crude oil right now in the future, but I have an open short strangle in the options. And natural gas, let's see natural gas, where's my chart here? Natural gas is up again, 5.7%, almost at the highs, but we closed a big part of the open gap. You can see here we went down yesterday to about $6.50, tested the $6.50 level, and then we went up again during Asian European session and are trading higher again at about the $7 level. So it's still rising. Natural gas prices are high. That's it. And yeah, let's see orange juice. We talked about it on Friday, and you can see that the orange juice went down on Friday and yesterday. So let's see where we opened today. So we are trading a little bit higher, not a lot, but yeah, we went down from the high points here. I didn't manage to get into this short position, so I'm just watching it right now, but we have still some room to the downside to retest previous lows. It is still an uptrend, but we have some room to the previous lows, and I expect orange juice prices to come down. Let's move on with sugar. Sugar, I'm still in a short trade. It's just trading sideways, but I want the prices to retest these previous lows here and to get below the 0.19 level, and then I can close my trade in this area here where we see probably major support level at this area. Yeah, let's move back to Nasdaq. Oh, let's first have a look at Tesla. Tesla also went up with the market 4.6%. It was pretty weak yesterday. Yesterday it lost about 6%, and today we are up 4.6%. And I read some news about SpaceX and the CEO, which talked to NASA because they are a little bit in fear because of Musk's tweets on Twitter, a little bit right-wing tweets, and yeah, they ordered a lot at SpaceX for several trillions of dollars, and therefore they are a little bit in fear if Musk is going crazy on Twitter. Yeah, let's see how this goes on. Today Tesla seems to be a little bit strong. It's still in a sideways trading phase here. I would wait for the break of the lows, or I want to short it if we are a little bit higher, but still lower than the previous high points here. Back to Nasdaq now. Nasdaq is yeah, still above 9 EMA on a 1 minute chart. Let's see it on a 5 minute. And on a 5 minute we only have green candles, nice green candles. We have a lot of room to the downside to the 9 EMA, but it's moving higher now. The same with VWAP. We have a lot of volume, so VWAP can move higher, but we will get a lot more volume on the opening of the stock exchange in about 50 minutes. So I don't want to make it too long today, maybe 5 more minutes, then I will close out the live stream. The news are out, so we see it's bullish, and it will be at the opening the same. Maybe we'll see some closeouts at the opening, taking some wins off the table. This is probably a possibility to re-enter for a bull position, for a long position. And yeah, I think the day will be bullish, and we have to close above the previous highs at 12,144, and then it will be bullish for the next days. This is what I want to see, to close above these levels here. Yeah, nice movement. Haven't seen this for a long time to see this secret breaker here. And it was just 1 minute, you see. But yeah, happens also in Nasdaq with these huge movements for more than 4% in 2 minutes. Green, green, green. Hope you have a long position or no position at all and are not short. It's looking pretty nice. Yeah, unfortunately I didn't manage to get in a long position here. I was a little bit too low with my entry point here. So 11,675 was a low point right before the news. You never know what happens, but this was crazy today because of right before the news. It was 4 minutes before the news. We had this trigger was 100 points to the upside, triggering I think a lot of limit orders were triggered or stop loss orders were triggered right here, and then the same to the other side. So yeah, it was fishing for stop losses here and here. And then when the news came out, we had the correct direction here to the upside, and you see how bullish this is. So we can end this day with 4, 5 or even more % in the green. And I think Federal Reserve news tomorrow, let's see FedWatch tool, because I think now it's pretty sure that we will have 50 basis points. But there are still some left which expect 75 basis points, and for those, if we see 50 basis points, this will be a good surprise for them, and we can see more green tomorrow. And yeah, you see 81% now for 50 basis points, but still 18% for the 75 basis points move. And these 18% will be a surprise tomorrow when we see 50 basis points. And therefore at 8 p.m. my time or 2 p.m. Eastern time, we can see more potential to the upside. But it can differ when Jerome Powell is speaking half an hour later at the press conference, because then he can still be hawkish and say, yeah, but we are cautious, and yeah, everything is taken like gold, every word. So yeah, you can never predict what will happen when Jerome Powell is speaking, and it will be difficult. I am not able to live stream tomorrow Federal Reserve press conference, but because I'm on a local meeting here for option traders, but I will just prepare some positions to trade, and we can talk about this the next day because we have more news on Thursday. Just let's see the outlook for the news, and then we can close out this live stream for now. So nothing more important for today, but tomorrow we already talked about Federal Reserve meeting here, Fed interest rate decision at 2 p.m. Eastern, and the press conference half an hour later. And on Thursday, this week, on Thursday, we see a lot of news 1 hour before the market open. These I will live stream again. Initial jobless claims, core retail sales, Philadelphia Fed manufacturing index, retail sales. So these will be important news, and I will live stream them. So be prepared for the next 2 days, and if you missed out today, you still have some chances tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. Okay, wish you a nice trading day, and hope you have some fun and make some money. See you later. Goodbye.